अनम्यूट कर लिया सर आपने? यादव सर अनम्यूट कर लो सर. सर प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ सर. म्यूट हो गए. Yes sir.
He joined Bihar State Electricity Board in 1961 and rose to the position of Chief Engineer, Projects and Design. Apart from his contribution in the fields of generation, supply and distribution of power, he had specialization in the field of extra high voltage power transmission system, in which he worked for nearly 2 decades. A singular landmark in his career as a field executive was the creditable execution and commissioning of the prestigious 19-kilometer 220 kilovolt interstate EHV transmission line in a record of 90 days, August to October 1979, against overwhelming odds posed by the monsoon. This received a national commendation to his credit. He has been on the Senate of Patna University for the last 7 years. He was an advocate on record in the High Court of Judicature at Patna and also a member of Patna Bar Association. He specializes in techno-legal matters and was an arbitrator on the panel of various national bodies like the Institution of Engineers India, FIE, NHPC, and Indian Council of Arbitration. He had been a delegate to many national and international conferences, which include workshop on international commercial arbitration in Washington, D.C., 1998, USA, International Conference on Commercial Arbitration in 1999, New Delhi, World Mining Congress, 1999, New Delhi, SARC Conference on Arbitration, Law and Trial Model Law, 2000, New Delhi, World Congress on Sustainable Development, 2000, Kolkata, World Congress on Disaster Management, 2004, New Delhi, Executive Assembly of World Energy Council, 2008, Fiasca Executive Assembly and Conference. He was a Fellow of the Institution of Engineers India, Fellow of the International Council of Consultants, Fellow of Indian Council of Arbitrators, and a Fellow of the Indian Institution of Technical Arbitrators. He joined the Institution of Engineers India in 1968 as an associate member and was elevated to member and further fellow in 1986. He served the Bihar State Center of the institution as Joint Secretary for 6 years, 82 to 88, Honorary Secretary for 4 years, 88 to 92, and Chairman for 2 years, 92 to 94. Since then, he continued to be a council member of this Institution of Engineers India. He has been a member, chairman of various committees of IIE, such as CARTE, Finance Committee, Bylaws Committee, Fiasca Executive Committee, RCC, and so many committees of IIE. Engineer Madan Lal was a former vice president of the Institution of Engineers India. He was also member of IMC-WFO, Governing Council of Engineering Staff College of India, on the Board of Governors of Sustainable Development Forum of the institution, and on the Board of Management of SK. There are a large number of significant achievements to his credit, so it is not possible to read out all. So these all covers a brief profile of late engineer Madan Lal. At the last, I express my deep condolence to his sad demise, and I pray to Almighty that his departed soul may rest in eternal peace, and God may provide ample strength to the members of the bereaved family. Thank you very much.
Rameshwar Rao.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, now I am requesting our past president, immediate past president, Dr. Gunaraja sir. Sir is not there, sir. Next, Sishikumar Banerjee sir. Gunda sir now is coming, sir. Sir, now I am requesting our GL Rao sir is there, sir. I am requesting GL Rao sir, please give the message, sir.
Thank you very much. I think President Narendra Singh ji, other past presidents, council members, other dignitaries who have attended this or attending this condolence meeting. It's with great sorrow we are about to speak. In fact, Madan is close to every one of us, whether he's a council member or a president or any person, whoever has been attached to the institutional business. He is the backbone of the institutional business in respect of trying to explain the bylaws, etc. of the institution. He is one person, I think, who has attended all the engineering congresses ever since he has joined the institution of years as a council member. Because he always used to tell me, he used to say, I am proud that I have attended all the meetings of the institution. And he keeps a good record of all the deliberations in all the meetings. And he has been a very, very good friend of us. In fact, he used to come to Hyderabad number of times in connection with some arbitration or any other matter. And he has been so closely knitted, not only with the institution, he used to come to my house and he used to talk to our family members. And he is very generous man, as has already been told by our president. He treated his daughter as his own daughter and tried to see that her future is fixed very well. And that is the generosity of his heart. I mean, if at all we are going to speak of him, many more things can be. He is a real human being. That humanitarian consideration what he has. Whenever he used to come to Hyderabad, see, I can just give a small example. He used to engage a taxi from morning to evening, and he used to pay double the amount than what a driver wants. And in the way, how he used to show his generosity, he also give to all the people. Sir, President, sir. So, it's a very great loss to the institution of engineers, and there's a lot to tell about it. It's only, I'm only feeling a little emotional also when I'm speaking about him. And I pray God Almighty to bless his soul to rest in peace, and my heartfelt deep condolences to the bereaved family. Except that we only pray God Almighty to shower blessings on his soul. There is nothing that we can do for him. He had his innings, and has already been told in the biodata, he has steered many committees and gave good direction to all the presidents whoever have been in the seat. So I pray my homage to him and my deep condolences to his bereaved family. Namaskar.
Okay. So now I am requesting engineer O.P. Goyal, sir, FIE past president. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Ratna.
I'm speaking with a very heavy heart. In the morning itself, I got a message from Mr. Gupta, our past president from Jaipur, intimating that in the morning at 9 o'clock, Mr. Madan, a very close friend and a devout soldier of the institution of engineer, had left this world. He had been ailing for some time. In fact, I had very intimate personal equation with him, Whenever he was in Delhi, we used to always spend some time together. Whenever I went to Patna in connection with my any activity, any institutional engineers, of course, we are always together. Indian Buildings Congress or other institution of technical arbitrators, etc., etc. I would call on him or he would join me for a dinner. We were together in Calcutta on many occasions for council meetings, of course, but other committee meetings and others also. And we would stay in the new guest house and would spend the evening together. It was a hilarious thing. He was a wonderful person. He would always address me as Bhadka Bhaiya. I couldn't understand what is the meaning of Bhadka, but then he would explain to me that in Bihari, Bhadka means the elder brother. So I feel very sad. We have lost a very great steward who was the last word on rules and regulations and bylaws. Any complication, all of us used to look up to him. And he was never flustered. He would take every difficult situation with calmness, never get irritated, and face all situations boldly. Uh, I joined the August gathering in conveying my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. I pray to God to give nirvana to the departed soul, which was a noble one and a perfect human being. Strength to the bereaved family. I only remember how he fought for his widow daughter-in-law after his son had died and how she was commissioned in place of the son. A great person we have lost. Anyway, my heartfelt condolences. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, presidents. Sir, Kamal sir, engineer Kamal sir, please. Sir, Kamal sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you audible?
Yeah, audible, sir.
Oh, thank you. It's very difficult to speak at the moment. Respected presidents, sir, and all the worthy past presidents, vice presidents, and the council members, and the other members, those who have joined, corporate members. This is very, very. It's time to. Very difficult to explain, very difficult to say words, but only thing, history takes me back to 1991 when Shri Madan Lal ji came to Bangalore as honorary secretary. At that time, the council, the Congress had to be deferred due to certain reasons, and one portion was held earlier, then second portion was held in February. I met him in the February 91 in Bangalore, and that was the first time I met. And he was, he impressed. Rather, he talked in such a way that you could not dare to miss a single word what he told. After that, he became the chairman. Then we started meeting often, and every council meeting. Then we had the ultimately in the year 2008 or 9, when there was a High Court case in Punjab Haryana High Court, and there was that case was a challenge to the AMI. At that time, he was the president, and he phoned me one day that Dr. Kamal, there is a case in Kartar Singh versus government of Punjab and all those things, that the case concerns us, but we are not anywhere, neither as the petitioner, neither as the respondent. So he gave me this duty to take care of this activity, which by God's grace, the institution of engineer won the case. And he was very happy and told that something positive has happened. Then, of course, other things happened, went to the High Supreme Court, all those things. Anyway, that was the story, which past story. But he was one of the Lals of Patna. Our past President Lal, then there was the one member LK Lal, then HB Lal, and then last one was the Madan Lal. He was very popular. He was very, I can say, लाख दुखों की एक दवा है. कोई भी if there was any problem in bylaws, in the rules, regulations, ultimate medicine remedy was with Madan Lal. In the council, when that type of situation arose, then everybody used to look towards Madan Lal from right side, left side, and that side. Ultimately, he will get up and open his papers, because he did his homework so nicely. I cannot imagine. Each and every item, each and every line was on his notes. You can just see his papers and see the file. He will show you everything. Lot of homework. I think he was the best student who did the homework from his place and came to the class. There are many more things, but I think it's very difficult to express, and I will say once again, let God grant him peace at his lotus feet. But one thing I say, that when we say the such and such person is very good, we need the good persons here, but the God also needs the good person there. So God is much stronger than us. He takes the good people from us, and we can just remember and we repent for it. But these words, I will once again pray to God that his soul rests in peace at the lotus feet of the God, and his family has the courage to bear this irreparable loss and untimely loss of the gentleman who left us today, only today. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting, just now we received the message from our past President Sisir Kumar Banerjee, sir. Now I am requesting Yadav sir, please give that message whatever the sir sent just now. I am requesting Yadav sir, SDG. Yadav sir. Sir, meanwhile, I request now Engineer AK Section, FI, Chairman BOG and SDFIA, please
Hello.
use the message.
Dr. Rao, sir?
Yes, sir. Please give the message, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Sir, we have received the condolence message from past President Mr. Sisir Kumar Banerjee. I am reading the message. It is very shocking news, a great loss to the institution of Engineers India. I can remember many past events in IEI when late engineer Madan Lal ji stood up very strongly to overcome the controversy logically for the correct decision. He has contributed immensely in IEI activities. I am fortunate to have opportunity to learn many things from him. May his departed soul rest in eternal peace. My deep condolences to the bereaved family members from Shishir Kumar Banerjee, past President IEI. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now over to AK Sinha, sir. Please give your message.
It is very sad. We were very shocked and sad uh, to hear the demise of Shri Madan Lal ji, who was very dear to us. In fact, I know him from 1992, as since Ranchi was part of the erstwhile Bihar State Center. It only became separate from Bihar in 2000 by the formation of Jharkhand. Uh, he was a great person, very affectionate, very loving. And whenever he used to come to Ranchi, he used to come pretty frequently because his brother used to staying here in Ranchi. But he never missed a visit to come to the our local or state center. And always he had words of advice how to go forward, how to improve, and how to develop. Uh, Later on, when I became a council member, I used to interact with him as chairman Jharkhand State Center. And later, when Prabhakarji was elected, it was in Ranchi when Prabhakarji's election was done. And that time, Madan Lalji was the president. And I still remember the joy on his face. And when we had the council dinner, and he was full of joy. And we will miss him. His knowledge about the bylaws and regulations, I don't think anybody can match. And his arbitration skills are worth remembering. And he never lost his cool. I've never seen him angry or little tense, always with a great calm. And he used to advise, I say, keep on doing, do this thing, do that thing, and please keep on doing good for the institution of engineers. And he was very much concerned about the institution and always worked for its upliftment. It is a personal loss as well as loss to the engineering fraternity. And I wish peace, pray for peace to the departed soul, and also to give strength to the family members to bear this irreparable loss. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting Engineer Pradeep Chaturvedi, FIE, Chairman ICCC. Please give your message. Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I speak with very heavy heart. I had known Madan Lalji from 1992 when Mr. G.P. Lal was the president. And at that time, he met me. Subsequently, we had, since we were both from the power sector and from the energy sector, we had many things in common. We did the energy conferences where Madan Lalji was involved. And I must say that the immaculate way in which he would work and work out all details were really amazing. My house lies between the airport and the Institution of Engineers. So whenever Madan Lalji came to the city of Delhi, he would stop for some time and then only go to the institution. And therefore, we had very, very intimate relationship. I found him to be one of the very noble persons, with deep concern for the institution, for every aspect, whether it was for any fora or for creating the image of the institution. every time he would come to Delhi, the first thing they would like to, he will ask, so how can we improve the image of the institution of engineers? He discussed the matters in the council. Many of them I was with him. He discussed not on personal basis, but on merit. And it's a great job for someone to go deep into every subject that he spoke on. And during when he was the president, there were many critical and crucial issues where council members would like to ask many details, but he would come prepared and talk on merit and not his personal differences or personal preferences. He was when he became the president. The incident that I remember, he was so much deeply concerned. He realized, he said, so there's one thing, that unless we come close to the government and make our relationship with the government strong, the institution will take time otherwise to grow. And that is why I want to make our headquarters office stronger so that they can have much closer working relationship with the government and the institution can really build up. So every time, every time when he'll breathe, he will only think of improving the institution's image. Madan Singh, you would remember when we were doing the Uttarakhand Center, when we had inaugurated, Mr. Madan Lal was the first person among the council members to get up and said that he would personally like to contribute. So for him, the institution and every center of the institution was at his heart. He loved the institution, I think, much more than anything else. His confidence in what he did, and I had been with him at a number of international places. I remember one incident when Mr. Shinde was the Minister for Energy, and he came for the inauguration for one of the energy conferences. We were together, and Madan Lalji wanted for something in one of the local centers. And he said, we must talk to Mr. Shinde. And others were feeling, well, look here, he'll finish. And everyone said he has to go for the parliament. He said, come on, we'll just go and run into him and tell him. And he had the great confidence with which he just met Mr. Shinde and told him, look here, this is the thing, and I would like you to come to my such and such center, and this is the problem, and we want you to give the solution. And he did get that solution. We had been at the World Energy Congress, and I still remember when many of the other countries did not want the engineering body to be speaking on it. He was determined and saw to it that we got a slot to speak, and he went so well prepared. It was amazing the way he presented the case. Similarly, when we were at the Nepal Engineers Congress, after the Prime Minister's address, Madan Lal spoke with such a great length on each and every minute aspect. He was one of the finest professional engineers we came across. He earned his place amongst all the engineering fraternity, both in India and abroad, and obviously in Bihar. And his personal relations with every member were so touching that I still remember when we were to go out to Gaya to do the last rites for my parents. He came to Delhi. We said, a few days we'll be going. He said, no, you will not be going. Just let me know. Everything will be arranged by us. And then it'll be a tribute that we all will pay. I mean, he was a very, very human soul. His Engineering Council of India the other day, Mr. G.L. Rao, was telling me that it is like a child for all of us who were there from the World Engineering 1982 onwards. For Madan Lal also, Engineering Staff College of India was like a child, and he always said that how we can build up not only ESCI, but also try to see NDRF, World Management Forum, World Water Forum, STF, and all that. I mean, I must say, there are no words that are sufficient to really describe the contributions that Madan Lalji said. But there is one sentence in which I would like to sum up that Mr. Madan Lal had the interest of the institution and the image of the institution at the heart, in his mind, in his soul. And every time he wanted the institution's image to be carried and the engineering fraternity to really do the service to the nation. My and my wife's humble tribute to Madan Lalji and we pray that his soul rests in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting Dr. T.M. Gunaraja, FIE past President, Institution of Engineers India. Please give the message, sir. Gunaraja, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, all of you. Thank you, Ramesh Rao, for giving me an opportunity to speak about my good friend, Engineer Madan Lalji, who was the past president of IEI. In fact, as everybody spoke, I have been associated with him from 1994, the day I entered into council. But really, I admire his dedication and sincerity to the IEI and every council meeting. What I learned from him, whenever he used to attend the council meeting, I find he comes with the full preparation of the agenda. Even most of the presidents may not know the agenda or something deviating. He is the person who can correct and take the council to the level what everybody wanted. And that I admire always his experience and his knowledge in the bylaws and the council affairs is really remarkable. And he is one of the genius, we can say, and a good asset to the council meeting as well as to the Institution of Engineers. And another important thing which I noticed, he never missed any of the meeting. Even though there may be a lot of other activities during the council meeting, but he is the one person where we can see him in every meeting until the end. The council meeting start from the time to end of the meeting, he will fully dedicate. And more than which, even after the council meeting, I notice him, he always discuss with the senior engineers regarding the important matters which has to be taken up in the council, and he put forward in the council meeting. In such a way, he has taken the Institution of Engineers India as well as the council to the highest position which we had noticed. And we all have learned a lot from him, and really we miss him. It is a great loss to the Institution of Engineers India as well as to the engineers fraternity. My heartfelt condolences to his family, and really we miss him. Let's pray the God his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I'm requesting Engineer Rajamani, sir, the Chairman, Electric Division. Such Engineer Rajamani, sir. Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Is my voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, with a heavy heart, I express my deep sorrow over the sad demise of Engineer Madan Lal, past President, IEI for the session 2009-10, and former Chairman of Electrical Engineering Division Board of the IEI for the session 2001-2002 and 2002-2003. He will be remembered for his commendable contribution to the institution and for his goodness, his honesty and integrity. He always had a pragmatic approach to all aspects of life, and even during the toughest and trying time, he has shown incalculable breadth, depth and height of devotion to the service of the institution. He is simple and gentle manner in a lesson for life to be learned from him. He will always be remembered as a great personality and leader of the engineering fraternity of the country. I pray that his pure and holy soul may attend the Moksha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting NKP Sinha, Chairman Bihar State Center, sir. Please give your message, sir. Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Sinha, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very unmuted now. My voice is audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Actually, being from Bihar, I feel myself personally attached with Engineer Madan Lal here. And we have seen so many imprints at the Institution of Engineers Bihar Research Center of Mr. Madan Lal. I remember when after becoming chairman of the Institution of Patna Center, I went to Hyderabad for one-day training program. Somebody asked me where you are from. I told him that I am from Patna. And immediately he responded that how is Mr. Madan Lal? So popular he was among the all the engineers of the Institution of Engineers. And when I got and attended the meeting in the hall, I saw that that building was also inaugurated by Mr. Madan Lal. So actually, he had been uh, an employee of Bihar State Electricity Board, and I also happened to be in the same department. I also got superannuated in 2018. So being in the same department, I also feel my personal affinity with him. So his uh, demise is definitely a great loss, not only for the Institution of Engineers India, but for us also for the Bihar State Center in particular. I just express my deep sorrow and condolences to his bereaved family members. May God rest his soul in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting Dr. S.N. Rao, the Chairman, Governing Council, Engineering Staff College of India.
Yeah. Thank you, Rameshwara. The President, Institution of Engineers, the past presidents, and all the guests that are assembled here to pay homage to Sri Madan Lal ji. In fact, I have no words to speak about him because he is such a towering personality and a stable person, a balanced person, whom I sometimes thought that I should inherit from him. And he was so cool and calm at any occasion that he is not disturbed by any of the disturbances that were clouding him. And he was giving solutions to some problems. He is always a person who can be looked at to give solutions to any problem in the Institution of Engineers. And he was really proud to tell me that he never missed even one council meeting since he was elected, nor he missed any engineering congress. That was great of him. As mentioned by Pradeep, he was on time and he remained till the end of the meetings. And I had a privilege to be with him in the bylaws committee, for which he was very particular that I should be there for 3 terms in the bylaws committee. And I could keenly observe him, how meticulously he will go through and then find out which bylaw is really to be amended and which bylaw is to be added or deleted. So this was really fantastic to work with him. And about his qualities, other earlier speakers have given a great history of his experience in the IEI. And personally, coming to personal this one, whenever he used to come to Hyderabad, he never missed to inform a day before, and there was no instance where we missed him. Sri G.L. Roji, Prabhakar, and me used to meet him always, and we used to have a very, very pleasant time with him, including some of the dinners. And then whenever I went to Patna, he never, 2-3 times I went there, and then he was not allowing me to go away without visiting him, or he was hosting me for 1 or 2 occasions. And every time I had an opportunity to visit Bihar State Electricity Board after about 10 to 12 years after his retirement. Whomever I met there, they were inquiring about Mr. Madan Lal. Since I told them that I am from the Institution of Engineers, they know that he is doing a great job for Institution of Engineers. And then everybody was inquiring about him. This was a great thing that one should really look into. Then about his contribution to SKI, he was a member of the board, and he was also, as the president, he was the chairman of the BOM, and every time he was giving all support and then trying to give suggestions to how to improve the Engineering Staff College of India. And his heart and soul is always with Institution of Engineers and all other associated the fora with the Institution of Engineers. And I just tried to call him a month before to inquire about his health. He was unable to speak coherently, and then I thought that he is not well, and wished him the best, and then left off. So it was a very sad day yesterday that we received this news of his demise, and we have to. I can say that we remember him for a long, for all his work done in Institution of Engineers and also as a person. So with these few words and praying God to rest his soul in peace, thank you very much, Ramesh Rao, having given me opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting Dr. Hemant Thackeray, FIE Council Member. Please give your message, sir. Hemant Thackeray, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Yes, sir.
For giving me the opportunity. President, past president, council members, fellow colleagues. It's really a sad occasion here to speak about Madan Lalji, who left for his heavenly abode. Yesterday, I received a message from Gupta ji that he is no more. I was very much shocked. I used to get I was knowing that he is not well and was getting the updates from R.P. Gupta ji from so many months. I first met him in the year 1996 when I had been to Patna along with K.V. Chauba ji, our past president. And from the day one, he was so affectionate to me, and I was so belonged to him or came close to him that in every crisis hours or otherwise, he used to guide me. He wanted me to come to the meeting well prepared, well studied. He many times showed the notes which he used to have before coming to the meeting. And it was really, although I could not inculcate the habits which he was having, but every time without fail, he used to remind me, he used to scold me. He was such a nice person, and a person who always held a of IEI, the highest, always thinking of how we can improve the working of IEI, how we can improve our approach towards taking IEI forward. Also, how to improve our relations with Government of India and solve the various issues, as Kamal Saab has also already pointed out. Gem of a personality. Although it's a personal loss to me, but it's a more for the engineering fraternity in general and IEI in particular. My heartfelt condolences to the departed soul. May his soul remain in eternal peace. Amen.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now I am requesting our engineer G. Sudhakar, FIE, and past chairman the Telangana Andhra Pradesh State Center, and also present council member. Please give your message, very brief. Please unmute yourself. Unmute just okay.
Thank you, Rameshwara sir. Respected President, past presidents, council members, and other members who have attended. Nothing is left to say about Mr. Madan Lalji. I became very close to him through my brother. whenever he comes to Hyderabad, we all together to have a dinner, as said S.N. Rao. But he is a friendly gentleman across the India and abroad with the engineering fraternity. I pray God to rest his soul in peace. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, sir. Sir, anybody want to say some message? Chandramohan sir, please. Chandramohan sir, మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి.
Thank you, Mr. Rameshwar. I am very much saddened with the sudden demise of our great past president. I simply adore him. He's a very nice human being I have met. I have been in touch with him for the last 25 years. He's a very lovable gentleman, good at heart. So he had me in the Gold Mining Congress and encouraged me.
Ronak,
your voice has gone.
Is a connection लगता है.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Now,
very lovable,
yes,
good friend of the institution, a very stalwart person. We are all. He was a very good lover of music, Mushera, Sheri. We used to have a very good time with him whenever he used to come to Hyderabad. We used to have a good time with him along with Mr. Pravakar, S.N. Rao, so others. I cannot forget those days. I deeply mourn and have very few words to say. May his soul rest in peace. I would thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now, Dr. Sunil Kumar, please, sir.
Yes. Dr. Sunil Kumar Chaudhary, General Secretary, Bihar Engineering Services Association, Patna. First of all, इस सभा में उपस्थित सभी लोगों को मेरा नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग और आदाब। जैसा कि पहले के वक्ताओं ने इंजीनियर मदन लाल के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें बताई हैं, वो एक बिहार के ही नहीं देश के प्रख्यात अभियंता थे, जिनके निधन से आज पूरा अभियंता समाज शोकाकुल है। इनके जाने से अभियंत्रण बिहार और देश को एक अपूरणीय क्षति हुई है, जिसे निकट भविष्य में पूरा करना बड़ा मुश्किल सा लगता है। अभियांत्रिकी के क्षेत्र में उन्होंने कई उच्च मानक स्थापित किए। इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ इंजीनियर्स के विभिन्न पदों को सुशोभित करते हुए अध्यक्ष के पद को भी सुशोभित किया और इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ इंजीनियर्स को एक नई ऊंचाई दी अपने कार्यकाल में। उन्हें कई सारे अवार्ड से भी सम्मानित किया गया। वो अपने पीछे 2 पुत्र, जिसमें एक तो शहीद हो गए थे कारगिल के युद्ध में, और 4 पुत्री को छोड़कर गए हैं। वे सद्गुण पुष्पों के गुलदस्ता थे। अगर उनके जीवन का अवलोकन किया जाए तो ऐसा ही पता चलता है कि वे सद्गुण पुष्पों के गुलदस्ता थे। न हिंदू थे न मुसलमान, वो तो सांप्रदायिकता की चारदीवारी को लांघकर कर्तव्य पथ पर चलने वाले अग्रिम पंक्ति के इंसान थे। उनके बारे में जितना कुछ कहा जाए वह कम है। अंत में मैं उनके प्रति अपनी भावभरी श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं और इन बातों के साथ अपनी बातें समाप्त करता हूं कि तेरा विराट रूप कल्पना पट पर नहीं समाता है, तेरा विराट रूप कल्पना पट पर नहीं समाता है, जितना कुछ कहूं मगर कहने को शेष बहुत रह जाता है। धन्यवाद।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, Dr. S.N. Raju, past chairman, Telangana State Center. Please give me.
Respected President, sir, past presidents, council members, and other corporate members and elders. So he is very unhappy to hear the demise of Madan Lal ji. So when I was former council member of the last council and also as a chairman of AP and also subsequently Telangana State Center. So he used to, whenever he used to visit Hyderabad, though he stays in SK, but he made a point to visit our test center. He encourages, he allows people, and he is very positive and down to earth. And everybody knows that our Pravakar sir and GL Rao and Madan Lal sir, they are very close, and we are used to people call the three as Trimurti. But he used to say that when frequently is coming to Hyderabad, he jovially says that Hyderabad is second home. He is such a nice person that he used to encourage everybody, no disparity among anybody else who hears him. He used to advise, and he is a very learned person, just like our other members spoken about him. He is an authority of bylaws, and wherever he goes, he never misses to visit the local center or state center. Such is his fashion and about the IEA, and also he loves every corporate member. We missed him a lot as an elderly person who loves everybody and blessings to everybody else. So with a deep heart, I pray that the departed soul to rest in peace. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, anybody want say any message?
Good evening, sir. This is Dr. Ramana Naik, sir.
Okay, please.
From Hyderabad State Committee. Pranam Adhyaksh Mahoday and all former presidents and corporate members. हम एक बार प्रभाग साहब से दिल्ली में मिले थे सर, गुप्ता साहब से, प्रभाग साहब से, आई थिंक यादव साहब से भी मिले, द ग्रेट एमिनेंट इंजीनियर और मदन लाल साहब को बहुत प्यार से बात करते थे साहब, एंड रियली वी हैव लर्न लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स फ्रॉम दैट एमिनेंट इंजीनियर. बहुत शॉर्ट स्पैन में मिले थे, मगर इतना बढ़िया बोलते, वी आर यंग इन दोज डेज, बट रियली ग्रेट सर. अब सुनील साहब बताया, अच्छा हम लोग पूरा वी विल फॉलो हिज प्रिंसिपल्स एंड आइडियाज ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट सर. थैंक यू, एंड उसका परिवार को हमारा प्रणाम. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू. नाउ इंजीनियर दिलीप कुमार जी, दिलीप कुमार शाह, unmute sir, yourself. Okay.
Thank you for giving me opportunity. इंस्टीट्यूशन में मदन लाल जी के द्वारा ही हम बुलाया गया एक फुल मेंबर की तरह, और फिर एसडीएफ का डायरेक्टर बनाया गया, और संयोग से हैदराबाद में एक मीटिंग था, उसमें उन्होंने कहा आप लोग को आना है वहाँ, और हम लोग पार्टिसिपेट किए, और लगता था कि अपना ही घर है हैदराबाद भी, और सब लोग उसमें उनके साथ जुलते जुलते थे, और सारा प्रोग्राम उनके साथ हम लोगों ने एंजॉय किया. शायद अब वो मौका फिर भगवान हम लोग को नहीं देंगे. धन्यवाद.
Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you sir.
Now I am requesting our engineer T. Anjay, honored secretary. Sir, now anybody want to talk, sir? Last, anyone want to give any message? Now we want to close the meeting, Condolence meeting.
Thank
The
you.
permission of our president. President, sir. Now we are closing, sir. Sir, you want to give any message, sir?
No. This is all. Very nice.
Okay, sir. Now we are closing meeting, sir. But now I am requesting T.
You
Anjay.
concluding.
Yes, sir. Anjay, sir. Over to Anjaya.
సార్ లేదంటున్నాడు సార్.
లేదా?
లేదు సార్.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, our president and past president and council members and chairman, Bihar State Center, Sinha sir and Kamal sir, to everybody. Really, we lost a great engineer. Only we can pray God to give the strength in their family members. Sir, these few words. We are closing today's condolence meeting, sir. Thank you very much to all of you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.